Now moving over to the rookie rankings. So McKercher, Windsor, Howes, all flying again.
Yeah, it was a bit of movement. McKercher probably holds his spot. Probably out of his 4 games, not his most impressive. I think Norwood probably hurt him a little bit because he probably likes a bit more space, a bit of run. He did get a little look. I think there was a second or third term, just had a bit of run through the middle of the paddock, which is great to see. But yeah, probably just couldn't quite, use that slingshot on a bit of a tighter ground. So that probably hurt him a little bit, but he holds his top spot. Harley Reid up into second. This was kind of a tough one. I think, do you hold Windsor in second place or bump Reid up a couple spots? But yeah, Harley Reid, I think, has just been pretty consistent. Like he's not putting in huge 4-quarter performances, but I don't think Windsor is either.
Yeah.
And that's you can't really expect that from some of these teenagers anyway. But Harley Reid, I think already had 7 tackle breaks.
Yeah.
In the one game, I think he's got 11 for the year, which is the most in the competition. And that 7 is only 1 short of the all-time record.
Yeah.
Set by Dusty and LDU of 8. So in just his 4th game, that's an absolutely magnificent effort. He had a few clearances, plenty of kicks, and got his first goal as well, which is a great scene. So yeah, he jumps up a couple of spots. That sees both Windsor and Howes drop down 1. Blake Howes probably a bit disappointing, but like I said, when you're playing a half-back role and you're not always going to be able to get into it, especially when your team is a bit dominant on the night as well. I think he had just the 1 touch till half-time, but 8 in the second half was kind of able to turn things around. And that has been the case with Blake Howes so far this year. Probably a bit slow to get into it, but once he does, yeah, he certainly knows how to have an impact. And yeah, as we said before, Caleb Windsor is just ahead of him. Still so clean, offers plenty of run, and just another formidable performance. Nothing, out of the gates like we saw the week before, but still just, cementing his spot in the best 22. And then Seth Campbell, again, a roll a bit further up the field, and I think that was kind of a good idea from the Tigers against the Saints at Norwood Oval, and you had Shea Bolton and Dustin Martin playing a bit deeper as well, which was nice and getting plenty of float through. So yeah, Seth Campbell, a bit of a high roll, 18 touches, did a pretty good job overall, and he holds his spot in 5th place. A few honourable mentions: Sam Clohisi. It's going to be hard to see him not in that top 5 or 6 when we kind of expand our rankings in the next few weeks. If he keeps up that form, that was easily the best debut game we've had this year.
Yep.
Against the Giants, and yeah, a few others as well. Will Graham, another debutant for the Suns, I thought was pretty impressive. Riley Sanders, another one, probably unlucky not to be in our top 5 at this point. I think another performance like he did on Saturday night probably gets him in there next week. So there's a few good rookies so far this week. And then, as we mentioned earlier in the season, once we hit round 6, we'll expand our top 5 to a top 6, and then every 6 rounds or so, we'll get another name in there, and by the end of the season we'll be having about a top 8 of rookies, just as we get a bigger and longer look at what will be a longer list across the course of the season.
Yeah. Speaking of Riley Sanders, I think one of my favourite football moments of the round was him running about 50 metres the wrong way. So, I reckon that gives him another couple of votes for the rookie ranking.